I think instead of stress eating, I'm stress scrolling, right? So I feel a lot of anxiety, I feel a lot of tension. And instead of eating, it's harder to do that when you have diabetes. There's less things that you can kind of munch on. And so I think I've been replacing that with scrolling. I've been procrastinating making this video because I don't want the accountability, but I really need to get off my phone. So I'm Pam. Welcome back to Stories for Humans. I'm glad you're here. I just wanted to wander around my yard and talk this through. I need help to get off my phone. I have realized that I am on there way too much. I am reaching for it first thing in the morning. It's the last thing, before I go to bed at night. When I wake up in the night, I'm using my phone to, sorry, we're cutting down some trees here. So if you see some tree wreckage, that's what it is. Uh, I've been just too much phone. All right, so what are some of the problems that I'm experiencing? What are some issues with being on your phone too much? I mean, we all know what they are, but for me, it's definitely been less time with real people. And even though I love YouTube and I love my YouTube friends, I am spending way more time on YouTube and with online friends than I am seeking out real relationships or just devoting time and energy to real relationships. Also, when you're on your phone, you're distracted. So I've noticed sometimes I'm trying to finish up a text or a YouTube comment, or I'm listening to a live stream a lot when my husband comes in the door from work, and he doesn't complain or anything, but I've just kind of thought, it's so disrespectful to not give the people that you love the most your undivided attention. And I think I need to make a change. So I'm making this video as part of a way to have some accountability, talk about some of the issues I'm having, and figure out how I can make a change. And it's not going to be like a one and done video. It's going to be a check in now and then. And you can hold me accountable. You can ask me, like, how's it going? So, what are some other problems? Wasted time. Wasted time. One of the things I hate most is wasted time. And I realized that I have been wasting a lot of time because when I feel bored, when I feel tense, anxious, I need a distraction. The first thing I do is I reach for my phone. And yes, it helps. It helps to um, kind of dissipate some of that stress. It helps to refocus my brain on something, but it's not a good use of time most of the time. And that's what I think has been kind of the sticking point for me, why I haven't really dealt with this until now. Part of the reason is that I use my phone all the time. I use it for exercise videos, I use it for learning, and I love to learn. I love to research things. And so I'm either reading an article or I'm listening to a video. I'm learning all the time. But I think there can be a bit of an imbalance, right? Basically, what I'm trying to say is I've been using the gathering of information as an excuse to just stay on my phone, not look at all the hours I'm spending on it, because I argue, well, they're productive. They're productive hours. Another reason that I think I'm on my phone so much is that I like to be alone, but I don't like to be lonely. And so I'm kind of using the phone almost like as a friend. And I think that's honestly one reason why it's so hard for us to leave our phones in the bedroom or in the drawer because it's become like a friend to us in our very individualistic society where we are, yeah, alone a lot of the time. I think it's hard to just proceed with life. It's hard to
Right.
just get used to going through the day without it. And I think there's a part of me too that's kind of wondering, like, is it that deep? Like, is it that big of a deal? You know, like, could I just accept that I like being on my phone and not worry about it? Well, part of me thinks that, but I don't think it would be on my mind so much if it wasn't really a problem. I'm not always present for my real life family. And I know like a lot of us struggle with that, but I think I've just realized that I'm not willing to let it go as far as it's been going. And so I want to make a big change. And I'm scared because I don't know if I can do it, honestly. And I want to be authentic. I want to be real. I want to be more myself. And that's another thing that I've noticed with being chronically online is everyone starts to kind of sound the same because we're all, not all of us, but we're watching a lot of the same videos. We're coming across a lot of the same type of content and ideas that are going viral. And so we kind of start repeating the same things. And I don't want to be part of a hive mind. I want to be really individual. I want to be real and be my own person, have my own original thoughts. So being on my phone sometimes makes it a lot easier to get work done. I'm going to sneak under this tree into a little tree cave. Woohoo. Can you still see me? All right, so solutions. The number one solution, I think, is to make it harder to access my phone. And so this has worked for me in the past. Putting it in another room, putting it on silent for some hours a day where it's just not there to reach for. The other thing, besides making it harder to be on the phone, is I want to have kind of like a little competition with myself because I'm highly competitive, but not necessarily with other people. I'm really, really competitive with myself. So I was thinking if I could try and keep my hours down on my phone, like every night, check how many hours did you spend on your phone and sort of, keep up this competition with, I wonder if I can lower the numbers. And I can tend to get a little obsessive. And so this could get ridiculous, to be honest. So, and the third thing is have other things close by that I can do. Have a list of other things I can do besides be on my phone. Have books nearby that I can just pick up instead and just try and get in the habit of picking up books instead of picking up the phone. And I know all of these things take willpower, and a lot of people have tried them with varying success. But I'm just talking about myself here. This is just kind of like my first leg of the journey, right? And I wonder how I'm going to feel. I think that I'm going to feel extremely irritable and kind of anxious for a while until I get used to not reaching for my phone. Because one of the things that I use the most to kind of calm down, regulate myself, and just to relax is playing games on my phone. And I'm a little bit worried that if I don't have that, that I'm just going to be pacing around like a mad woman. So we'll see. All right. So today is day one of trying to stay off my phone more. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not trying to completely be off of it because I do use my phone for a lot of things. I use my phone to check on students, um, to check my email, to text friends and family. Just I'm not going to stop doing my um, exercise videos, but I could use my laptop instead. So basically, in this video, I just want to say, hi, my name is Pam, and I'm kind of addicted to my phone, and I don't want to be. I want to live a full life. I want to seize the day. I want to read and walk and study and interact with real life people. And this might mean that I might not be as present on YouTube. And that's okay too, because sometimes I get really stressed about whether I'm watching um, enough of my friends' videos, and I really want to support my online friends. And I know a lot of you are supportive of me too, and I appreciate that. And I also know that I would never want someone spending time watching my videos just because they feel obligated or they're worried that they haven't been supporting me enough. I want people to just authentically want to connect. So here I am, gonna try turning over a new leaf and stay off my phone a little bit more. I'll let you know how it's going. I'll let you know how I feel. I'll let you know if some of the solutions that I mentioned work. And if you are struggling with this too, let me know in the comments, and maybe we can check in with each other a little bit, because I have heard from people who've been off their phone a lot more that it has given them renewed energy, a renewed lease on life, and more of a feeling of being present with themselves and with others. And I think at this stage of my life, that's really important to me. So, thanks so much for hanging out with me in my backyard. I hope you find this encouraging, maybe challenging, and yeah, together, let's think about ways we can be more free. And you know what? If you don't have a problem with being on your phone all day, I'm not trying to guilt anyone either, because we're all individual. I'm just saying that for me, I feel like I'm addicted to it. I feel like I'm reaching for it way too much. And that's not really how I want to spend my time. I want to be present with my friends, my family. I want to read books. I want to go for walks. I want to experience life. And I just feel like this little box, this little phone, is kind of running the show right now. And I want to put myself back in the driver's seat. Sorry, I'm shaking my arms because there's mosquitoes landing on me. So, okay, thank you so much for hanging out with me in my backyard. And let me know what you think. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.